I'm Carol Scott from Fairbanks, Alaska, and I teach right here in Fairbanks at Randy Smith Middle School, 7th and 8th grade science. I went to the Kevo Research Station in northern Finland. That's way up by the border in Lapland, border with Norway. And I was working with a researcher on Arctic wetlands studies, methane emissions, and carbon cycling dynamics in particular. Kim was an early career scientist. She was finishing her doctorate work at UC Davis, California. And she was actually on a Fulbright scholarship in Finland and had decided to do this work that she had already done in Barrow, Alaska. So this was a wonderful comparison study of methane emissions from a northern Finnish Arctic wetlands, which is very different dynamics from the ones in Barrow, to do a similar experiment and see. And as the results actually were not what was predicted, so that was really cool. I chose to do a leave of absence this year because I want to get more field science programs going for students. Although I've said that, but I've met kids in town, and it amazes me because they remember. They're like, "Oh, you're back from Finland, how was it? It was so cool to see you on Skype. That was really great." And I'll tell them a little bit about it, and they're super excited. And you know, for a 7th grader or an 8th grader to remember that this actually happened 6 months ago is pretty cool. Professionally, it's been one of the better professional development programs I've done. It's very specifically focused in terms of polar science, and to me that's where it's at right now. That's where my interests are, is Earth system science. So many things are happening so quickly at the poles now that to be able to learn how to bring that into the classroom more, and I want to bring it sort of just not the classroom, but more having students try to catch on to these research projects. It's meaningful and it's the relevancy of the training has been fantastic. Personally, it's been really motivating. The level of enthusiasm of everybody I've met is outstanding. And because I've been taking this year off, I've been able to take advantage of a couple of conferences that PolarTREC has supported me to go to, the Math Science in Anchorage in the fall, and then AGU, American Geophysical Union Conference, that just blew me away. I presented a poster there, which was a very new experience. But to see how many scientists are doing, number one, doing really cool things in terms of the knowledge and the learning, but also how interested they are in getting the word out. Outreach of science research is really becoming incredibly important, and researchers are now finding that they need to and they want to do that. So to meet up with that kind of interest and enthusiasm at the conference was fantastic. And I think for researchers to take teachers out, that's where, with my researcher, we found she was asking me questions and learning what it really is like in the classroom. Because I know sometimes there's a frustration of how do you get your research into the classroom, because teachers are so darn busy and school districts can be very unapproachable. As funding gets cut, it gets tighter, teachers get busier. This is an incredibly good way, is to reach a teacher, bring them out to see your research. It's just such a win-win, and then it gets back to students no matter what. And because of all the web work that PolarTREC does, the communication piece with the journals and the support online and the video clips and all of the stuff I learned about the communication piece, that is incredibly useful. And in fact, here's a plug. I've been trying to put together this high school group from the East Coast to come out, that the Lieutenant Governor of Alaska, Mead Treadwell, actually went to this high school. So that's sort of a connection, but he didn't know me, but I got an email from him saying, "Hey, I wondered who this person was working with this school, but then I got online and I read your PolarTREC journals and I found out that this trip's going to be in good hands." And I just thought, yes, the Lieutenant Governor knows about PolarTREC. This is great. So it's just a wonderful venue there. All the people who work behind the scenes to support that web work and the webinars and all of that is a fantastic piece too.